Welcome traders to this educational video of Nifty Analysis, episode number 43. Now, as usual, we'll be starting the Nifty Analysis video with the top-down approach. But just before that, we'll see what happened in the last 3 days. Now, what we saw over here was market overall tried to bounce back after a pretty decent sell-off, which I'd shared with all of you. And I think both of my levels were tested. This particular gap, which was in the daily chart, acted as a very strong support for the market. And then we had a spinning stop candle. And this particular candle formation, these two candles together formed a bullish harami pattern. And due to this, we can see this decent rally coming up. Even today, we saw Nifty spot closing around 326 points in plus. So now the $1,000,000 question is, will this rally continue, or this is just a short-term pullback and nothing else? All right, so let's dive in this video and let's start analyzing as usual from the higher time frame charts. Now in the higher time frame chart, what we can see is RSI is overbought. Price is extremely far away from the moving average, which clearly shows that price is not even overbought, but it is also overstretched. We also are trading somewhere near very strong resistance in the monthly time frame. And do not forget, my friends, the last two candles which we saw here were both shooting stars, and generally shooting stars appearing at important resistances is a clear-cut sign that there is some sort of selling pressure coming up at higher levels. Now, apart from this Fibonacci extension, we also have a trend line over here. All right, as of now we can see that the price is trading above this particular trend line, but do not forget, today is just 3rd March. We have an entire month to complete. Only by this month's end we'll come to know how this trend line is working. Is it in the bull's favor or is it in the bear's favor? Now let us go to the weekly time frame. In the weekly time frame, what we can see is very clearly, we can see higher high in price, lower high in the RSI. This is a clear-cut sign that the upside momentum is waning in the market. It's getting weaker. But we also have a sort of squeeze happening in the MACD. Generally, whenever there is a squeeze in the MACD happening, it is a sign that the upside momentum is going to be very, very fast. And generally, this particular candle pattern, whenever this appears on the chart, obviously today is Wednesday and not the weekly close. But in case by the Friday, if we have this sort of candle, or even if the price closes higher, chances of market going higher in the short term, not in the medium term, in the short term, will be very high. Also, the market will go up very, very speedily. All right. So the momentum in the market only in the short term will be extremely high. Let us go to the daily chart. And in the starting of the video, I clearly showed you that Nifty spot took the support of this gap. Also, it took the support of this 50-day simple moving average. And what we can see over here, that we also have a trend line breakout in RSI. So if we sum all of this, then we saw that some sort of weakness in the monthly time frame. We saw some sort of weakness even in the weekly chart. But in the daily chart, we can see some sort of upside momentum is visible. So this clearly shows that the medium term and long term possibly view of the market as of now is not extremely in favor of the bulls, especially the medium term. I would not like to speak about the long term, because if the market keeps on consolidating just up and down, and if all the divergences just get invisible, and then if the new upside momentum starts after many weeks or couple of months, then I think a new rally can also start. But at least in the medium term, I don't think it is a very good time to go for positional trades. Rather than that, I would strictly stick to swing trades and try to get in the market as soon as possible. And at the same point of time, I would also like to get out as fast as possible. All right. Now, considering Nifty spot, as I saw that, as I said, that short-term upside momentum is looking slightly stronger. For me, this particular high of this candle is looking as a strong resistance. So if Nifty spot is able to close above 15,280, at least for a couple of days, I repeat, if Nifty spot is able to close above 15,280 for a couple of days, then we could see possibly 15,420. We could also see 15,600 levels, 15,800, and probably even 16,000 levels. All right. But guys, do not be overexcited. These levels are only for the short term, and my view is not for the medium term. All right. Take care, stay safe, and kindly look after your position sizing. Trade safely.